G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is an anti-armor pipe rifle with 25% faster fire rate and +1 perception for its 3 legendary effects. So I haven't used a pipe gun post-Wastelanders. Pre-Wastelanders, I was actually able to solo a Scorched Beast Queen with a bloodied fire rate variant, but that was back when we had all of these multipliers to, bring up our damage significantly, but now we don't have that anymore. Other than that, I think the anti-armor legendary effect actually lends itself sort of well to a pipe gun, because these things firing the small, tiny little bullets that they're firing out of these copper pipe barrels, you're not going to get a whole lot of velocity or stopping power out of it, I suppose. So the damage is reflected in the quality of this weapon. And at 29 at base damage there, it's not great, yeah. But, whilst we are firing and hitting stuff, we're going to be bypassing 50% of the armor, which will hopefully give this a much needed boost so it can actually be a little bit powerful, hopefully on the strong side. Because when it comes to weapons that have a low base damage like this, a lot of the damage that you are going to be doing will just get easily soaked up by the armor and end up doing not much at all. So we're going to be doubling down on that with the perforating magazine. Obviously with the fire rate and the perforating, we're going to be reloading every 2 seconds. We've got quick hands for that. 29 damage. Let's go ahead and upgrade that as much as possible. We chuck on these perks, these commando perks. They're helpful. There's ground pounder. Might be a good pick if you didn't want to use this thing in VATS all that much. And we've also got Bloody Mess over here. Got Licensed Plumber instead of Gunsmith, so that leaves me 2 extra points for Expert Hacker and Gunfu. Going to be super helpful. And and we've also got Gunfu there to, if we do happen to kill a target before we have to reload, or don't have to pause to reload or whatever, we can shoot them and then kill them like that. We've also got Covert Operative and also Mr. Sandman, so we're going to get those big old sneak multipliers or additive bonuses. Critical Savvy, better criticals there for smashing out criticals. If we target the head and do a critical, we're probably going to be hitting for quite a decent amount of damage. Tormentor is there if we want to break a thing's face, like a Scorched Beast Queen's face, or maybe a Mylar Queen. Some sort of Queen royalty needs to have a head caved in. 49 damage. Okay, so here we are outside of the copper pipe fabrication center. We're dressed up like a raider Pathfinder because, it suits the weapon. And I'm going to loot this place for extra copper pipes to replace the barrel on this thing. Let's get started on shooting. We've got the follow-through bonus there for the second burst. And, well, it's not terrible. I've got chameleon armor, so I'm nice and invisible. And I can't be bothered aiming anymore. So we're going to be using VATS and concentrated fire and everything. We'll have to keep a little bit close to our targets because we're going to have a big old range penalty and no real perception. Well, I've got perception heaps of that, but to back it up, we don't have all of the unyielding perception, and the time to kill is noticeably faster when using it like this. We'll just sit here under the cloak for a minute. We've got all AP refresh on the chameleon armor, which is nice, and we actually saw the damage change with follow through. Then we actually got shot a little bit, but that's okay. We've got all of that damage going, the extra 60% additive. 64. We've gone from 49 to 64, which I suppose in the grand scheme of things that's kind of significant because, well, if you're hitting for such low numbers before, you're gonna pass through armor a little bit easier with the numbers being higher. So you kind of want every single damage bonus you can get. We can actually nail 330 on the heads if we've got the follow-through bonus activated. So we might as well just shoot this guy once and then creep a little bit closer. We got 10 seconds. That's heaps of time. And 338. I saw a 451 there, which is definitely solid. General Kenobi. Sorry, you did a hello there. I had to, acknowledge that. Okay, we're in close quarters territory now, which means we should be slightly better with our VATS usage here, not being over super long range. And there's quick hands. It's activated it twice now, and I think that's it's working pretty well for me. In fact, do I risk it for the biscuit by not reloading at all just to see how much I can get that to proc, or do I reload instinctively? Maybe I should take the binding off of R so I can't reload. We'll have to do all of our reloading either from empty magazine or from I guess that. And then gun through immediately locks me onto another target, and then I lose it right away. Tell you what, VATS is being a little bit temperamental these days, and has been for the past couple of patches. If hopefully they get the melee fixed and working properly like they said they would next patch. Hopefully what that means is we're going to give you the... Wow, look, follow through did nothing again. Yeah, I'm beginning to regret the amount of hours I've grinded trying to max that out because it's not great. And we're straight back into caution because we can become invisible at will, you know, if our will is to be doing that whilst crouched. Very nice. It's like we're we're easily getting into caution because we don't have that massive agility bonus like we get out of unyielding, but it looks like that we can sort of sidestep that. And I know I missed the doggo in the room. I should have figured that out. Quickly go in here and finish it off. We got one shot into it before. About a third of its health. Oh, I dropped the legendary. I'm gonna ignore it. Oh, actually no, that's light. Also, there's another guy over there. There's actually another two because I heard an overlord, or I read an overlord because there was that in the subtitles. And yes, game, that's the pipe gun we're using. I transferred this one over from Brook because I wanted to use this for a rifle platform because I knew I'd get slightly better performance out of it, being able to use all of the sneak bonuses that I get. Because, you know, I don't need 9 points in agility just to get the thing doing adequate damage. Very helpful. Very, very helpful indeed. So it's been pretty crazy so far. I've been shot on a couple of occasions, but they can't hit me. The dog's still making idle noises despite being dead. Don't know if the game or the recording picked that up, but it totally was. Alright, let's move on to the ghouls. Okay, you know, I'm going to do something different today with the ghouls. I'm going to be attacking them through the window because it's a thing. You don't actually have to run in there. And a lot of lower level players used to do this as they parasite off high level players because, you know, back then before One Wasteland was a thing, you know, levels actually kind of meant something a little bit. So that was fun. And we can still sneak on that guy. Unfortunately, it doesn't aggro them like I wanted to. I kind of wanted them to be up and about. Can I throw a grenade through there? I actually can. The sacrificial ghoul grenade. That's got to get some of yous going, surely. No. Okay. Well, it definitely got something up because my crosshair went red and then I saw a ghoul's health bar. Ah, yes, Chameleon, the frenemy. If you use this thing in third person, or first person, or aiming down sights. Oh, look, far-flung fireworks did nothing again. Good stuff. Very useful. That's the third time I've noticed that shit happening. Not really a fan of that. Maybe it's bugged. It probably is bugged. Another ghoul dropping down. We managed to hit that next one for 405 thanks to a little bit of bonus from Gunfu, which if Gunfu was multiplicative, oh mate, so strong, so powerful. Anyways, hop into the ceiling here. Or not. Keep bumping our head for brain damage. So the thing about using a suppressor in this armor setup and having full health is that there's no pressure at all in this. Even if they do detect me, well, it's going to take 4 or 5 decent hits to maybe drop me. So, yeah, there's barely any tension. A little bit of brain dead gameplay here. It's pretty nice. That ghoul was full sending it in reverse there. Then the Wendigo somehow managed to scream through the wall, so it's got to be pretty loud. It doesn't leave an ear ringing behind, though. It'd be cool if it did, though. No, I wanted to reload, not loot the diluted Radex, which I'm going to loot anyway. Well, no. See, I might actually fast travel away from here, and then it'll say that it's the countdown because I have left ghouls there because they're just not coming out, which means I guess I'm just too sneaky. Okay, let's up the pace a little bit. Let's see what we can do without using the sneak multipliers. I keep saying multipliers. Sorry, it's kind of autopilot. I'm used to saying that by now. And we're hitting them for about 100 each time. I mean, people probably still can solo Earl, but just take ages. I think Oxy and Raddy Star did it. A little bit of a duos kill, both console players. Good for collabs if you're on the same platform. Anyways, so yeah, 66 damage. Hey, that's a Sith number. We're about to execute Order 66 on Swan over here, and he's not going to like it. We're going to go back into sneaking, but Yeah, it's provided you aren't getting overrun and you can pick your targets easily and you go from cover to cover. I don't think you'll have too much of a problem with this. Actually, one magged him. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? We ain't even in adrenal reaction or, yeah, that. No node rage either. And we're straight back into the next section here because I want to keep this adrenaline running because I've got a little feeling that the Spongylurk Queen, the Myolurk Queen sponge, is going to take a little bit of time. Maybe these kings as well. I believe we actually got a proc of quick hands there, so that's helpful. All of this jumping is kind of cucking my AP bar, so I'll just sit on the ground for a bit. We're in caution, no reason to jump up, if I guess. Although, you know, spotting stuff in the grass here is kind of easier, and we managed to pick up yet another one. So, yeah, it's been quite consistent, which is a shame because that 18% doesn't happen all the time, so I'm using up all of my RNG pre-playing XCOM 2, so I better be a little bit careful. We're up to the Advent Black Site mission, so we're in a bit of trouble there. And I want to go ahead and cripple her spouts here because that'll be the way that I get killed, and we've succeeded. Good old Tormentor. It was only a matter of time. Out of AP. Hopefully we can get her pretty quickly. Huh. Well, it just keeps proccing. That's interesting. I think we even got a double of that. Like a double quick hands. What's going on here? Okay, will this thing falter at range or will it be good? I guess time will tell. We'll just do this first little section. You know what? I'm going to take a bat out and we'll see how we go without the use of VATs. Spotting stuff with VATs, that's a-okay. We're not going to be utilizing it for actually shooting. Not super worried about anything coming and shooting me in the back because they're only going to be in caution anyway. And we've actually managed to get him to land, so let's hopefully push the advantage here. Pretty good. I'd got a little bit of headshots in there, so that would have pushed my damage up a little bit. And have that bat flying around. Bring him around. Oh, the thing. The plant. I've got protection against that gas, so yay, lucky. He actually forgot about me just now, so we gotta remind him of why we're here. You know, he probably forgot about me because it felt like he was being tickled, but now it's getting a little bit more. Oh, he's doing that. Look at all those hits that just whiffed because VATS is just temperamental like that. I mean, that's kind of what Scorch Beasts are like. They're immune doing a lot of their attack phases. Huh. Follow through and they gave us 8 more damage there. Or is that Tenderizer? No, it was Tenderizer because I wasn't sneaking. Duh. Alright. I didn't say that. I'm an expert at Fallout 76, man. So good that I only hit a Scorch Beast once. I just need him to come a little bit closer, Mole Rat. Well, guess what? It's VATS time again. Oh, that brings me back to the days where I was soloing the Scorch Beast clean and Mole Rat just kept popping out and aggroing. Very fun. If the game's gonna go ahead and do that shit to me, I'm gonna bite back, alright? Alright, so outside of the sneakiness, VATS still does alright. And I'm not going to be sneaking for a long time now because, well, I physically cannot. Luckily, I can jump up here and they really can't do a lot. Now, if I had a Sentinel bit on me, that'd be nice. But, actually, you can have AP and Sentinel at the same time, can't you? That'd be good with Dodgy. Bit of synergization, bit of tanking. We'll keep on taking these guys out. A lot of 95% whiffs just then. Did I even fire at all? You know what? You can keep running over there. There's a sloth. He's friendly for some reason. Have you actually noticed how all of the sloths, no matter if they're scorched or not, are friendly? I find that kind of weird. Where are you? I heard them all right. There you go. I think I killed him right as he teleported again. Alright. Now, I'd really like to pull this last one out so we can actually get a proper sneaky kill on something that is close range for a Scorch Beast. Although, we saw her against the Myolurk Queen before. They're like 5 times tougher than Scorch Beast, and we did that fairly quickly, so if we happen to pull one out of here, that'd be nice. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Nope, not today. We'll take out our anger on these blokes. Well, having a non-rad health bar means I can take those rads and it'll be fine. So there you have it. That there was an anti-armor Firerate pipe rifle. It's pretty good. It's not like outstandingly good, but it can do the job. Of course, against like mobs and stuff. If you are playing solo and sneaking, it's fine. You can do the job with it. If you've got a ton of these rounds lying around, because you know you do, because you're always picking them up and nothing of value actually uses them, well, it's a good way of blasting some enemies, gaining some XP without having to hurt your other ammo things, like 45s for your fixer, or 5.56s for your handmaids and assault rifles and the like. So, a nice little weapon for messing around and going against the grain, I suppose, but it's just kind of there. I don't really rate this thing. It did fine. Let's not get that wrong, but it's just not good enough to make it a decent choice for a day-to-day thing. It's sort of a messing about weapon, I suppose. And on that note, thanks for watching. I'm out of here. If you like this thing, let me know, because I don't really care for it.